Let's get a check of your weekend weather right now. Dan is at the Pickleball Championships on the Gold Coast. G'day, Dan.
I am. Good morning, team. Still in full Brisbane Lions regalia. I haven't changed since last Saturday. My wife's keeping a 10-metre radius from me at all times. That is pretty much a normal setup in our house, though. This kit, going to get even sweatier. Welcome to the Australian Pickleball Championships. Say good morning, everybody. Look at this rowdy crew. What's it all about? I'll tell you after we have a look at your weather around the nation. Good morning to you. Beautiful and sunny across Queensland today. People of all walks of life, all ages here, 1,200 of them. This is the biggest pickleball competition in the Southern Hemisphere. It is the second biggest in the world, outside of the US Open. It's pickleball. It's unreal. We're going to be getting involved all day. Can I sub in, ladies? Do you mind if I just quickly embarrass myself on national television? So we'll be back all across the morning here, the Australian Pickleball Championships.
Danny Boy.
Right. Oh, the heckle's beginning.
Danny Boy has finally found his calling with pickleball.
All right, I've been told where I need to go.
Well done, Dan. He can move. Oh, that was not such a
I wouldn't do that to him. I was out anyway.
That was almost an ace.
Weekend weather. Dan's on the Gold Coast. G'day, Dan.
Hello, great man. You're coming through loud and clear. Let's stick with sport. Let's talk pickleball. It's the Australian Pickleball Championships on here at Carrara at the Gold Coast. Everything you need to know pickleball-wise, right after everything you need to know weather-wise. Good morning to you. Welcome to your Saturday. It's a ripper. Brendan Lee, the CEO of Pickleball Australia. What a pleasure it is to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
You were the only employee of this wonderful organisation if we rewind a year. I hear things like fastest growing sport in the world. How are you going so far this year?
As you said, this time last year, 1 employee. Now at Pickleball Australia, we have 9 employees helping govern and grow this sport across the nation.
Unreal, 1,200 people here today.
1,200 players, up from 680 at last year's championship. So the growth of this sport is just going through the roof.
Outside the US Open, this is the biggest thing going on in pickleball globally, right?
It is, yes. The biggest tournament in the Southern Hemisphere, and also the only tournament that has pipped us in 2024 is the English Open.
This is quite amazing, this pickleball. If you're just learning about it, I might get dazed. Have you got the paddle there? Our sound operator / paddle squire here. So the differences between other racket paddle sports, that's kind of what you're playing with there. Bit smaller. I'm approaching 40, so it's a bit easier on the knees and the joints and whatnot, Brendan.
Yeah, so it's really quite light. The paddle is, like, think of it as a big table tennis paddle or a smaller tennis racket. So it's really quite light, easy to swing. The court is really small to get around. So if you're, as you said, struggling with injuries or you're getting on an age, this sport is perfect. But it's also perfect for those younger generations coming through.
Good man, excellent. I've already drunk about 2 litres of water this morning. I've been sweating it up a storm. Just need to check your credentials here, sir. I don't care about your business acumen. How are you at pickleball?
Look, I like to think of myself as I've come through the ranks here in pickleball. I had some really good success on the court back in 2021 and 2022 playing internationally, but I love what I do now for the sport. I get to oversee the growth in Australia and I'm stoked.
Were you number 2 in, where were you? What was your
This tournament 2 years ago, I was the runner-up to Mitch Hargraves in the Australian Championship.
You're on board. We've got the right man for the gig. Pickleball team, back with more in half an hour.
Good on you, Dan. Let's get a check of your Saturday weather now. Dan is at the Pickleball Championships on the Gold Coast. I feel he has found his calling. Dan?
Potentially, Soph, because it's for all people, all walks of life, all different abilities. Dion can attest to that. Even a numpty like me can get involved in pickleball. You are like a steel trap, though, Dion. I saw you playing before. Yep. Reflexes of a cat. Didn't get the result you wanted in the first game, but incredible story. You've got a bit of a sporting history, and then the first time you played pickleball, how did that unravel?
Well, it wasn't really the first. It was my first big tournament. First time I ever played anybody else in a wheelchair was at the US Open. And yeah, that unravelled quite well. We ended up winning a gold medal in the singles, the US Open, and a gold medal in the doubles.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and there's a hybrid tournament going on here today. People with different abilities, different places in their life play together.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So the hybrid is based around a nobody person and a person with a disability. So, you know, all abilities is such an inclusive sport, and yes, really happy to be a part of it. And so great that we've got such an inclusive community that and allows us to play this wonderful sport.
Great stuff, Dan. I've just been hit in the back with a ball, so I feel like we're too close to the
How did that feel?
Let's get out of here, champion, and let's have a look at your weather around the nation. Good morning to you, wherever you're waking up. It's a sunny top of 35. Team, I want to come back to you in half an hour. I had a game of pickleball before, and I got absolutely pantsed, and then I discovered something about my competitor. We've run out of time now. We're going to chat to her in a sec. This is her name, Sarah Burr. You embarrassed me before, Sarah. Can you hang tight for half an hour?
Absolutely.
I want to explain to everyone who you are and why I've disgraced the show and my own personal reputation, team.
Is she-
Half an hour's time.
I'm guessing she's like an Olympic pickleballer, maybe, perhaps. You'll reveal all next half hour. Good on you,
You're
Dan.
in the right ballpark.
Like what you did there.
Thanks, Dan.
Good on you, Dan. Check right now. Dan's on the Gold Coast. G'day, Dan.
Alex, Freddie, wonderful work, because I was smothercated earlier here on the Gold Coast at the Australian Pickleball Championships by the woman behind me, Sarah Burr. I mentioned her half an hour ago. Who is she? We'll find out right after we have a look at your weather around the nation. Good morning. Hopefully you are waking up like we are here on the Gold Coast. Top of 35. The Australian Pickleball Championships, the biggest tournament going on in the Southern Hemisphere. Second biggest in the world, excluding the US Open. That's the biggest. And we find ourselves here in Carrara with 1,200 people competing, including Sarah Burr. Sarah, do you mind if I just interrupt a little? Sure. And the slip scratch as well. Now, you were very generous to me earlier. The first thing we did on the show was a big welcome with a big crowd. And you said, Dan, do you want to come have a hit and warm up? And I said, yeah, what's your name, Sarah? Yeah, have a hit. And then you pantsed me in front of everyone. And Sarah, I come to find out you are the first person drafted to the major leagues for pickleball in America.
Yeah, true.
Unbelievable, mate. What do you love about pickleball? What do you play it?
It's just so much fun. So social, so inclusive. I've got my kids playing, I've got my husband playing, the grandparents are all playing, so we can all come out and play together. And I've taken it to that next level, playing professionally, travelling the world, making a living playing this amazing sport.
Wonderful, mate. Now, can I just show the team back in the studio? There were signs from the beginning, guys. She's got a pickleball court tattooed there on her wrist. So I think, given the smotherfication she gave me, Alex, I'm going to need an L tattooed right here on my forehead.
Fair enough. Don't worry, mate. My wife always beat me at tennis, so it's okay.
Also, how convenient for Dan that the cameras weren't rolling when he got
Borrow your paddle for a
pantsed by
sec?
her.
Yeah.
By the champ.
We're trying to source that footage as
are.
we speak. Good on you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Okay, time to check in with Dan, who is at the Pickleball Championships on the Gold Coast, getting absolutely pantsed by everyone there.
Yes, and with the amount of Ds leaving the club, Status might actually get a run in the midfield next year. Keep an eye on that. But I'm at the Australian Pickleball Championships. Mitch is behind me here from Trilogy Funds, just getting his eye in. So this doesn't happen, this 1,200-person tournament today, without backers. Trilogy Funds are a backer. Mitch, getting your eye in here, buddy. Are you a pickleball player, sir?
I've played once before. We did a...
Same level as me?
Same level, yeah. So it's a bit of fun. Obviously down here at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Pickleball Championships, and it's a fantastic sport. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the world. So, yeah, we're here to support them and obviously have a bit of fun as well.
I've been copying stick from Sophie to Alex back at the studio all morning for not putting my disastrous smotherfication-ified pickleball skills on display. Mitch, keep showing us the way, then I'll poach the paddle off you after we have a look at your weather. And I'll show you just how bad I am at this, team. Get involved in pickleball, though, because I'm a spud, but you might be great. And it's a sport for all ages and all abilities. Let's get that map up and have a look at your weather around the nation. Good morning to you. It's a ripper on the Gold Coast today, mostly sunny, top of 27, perfect pickleball weather. Warmer up. Biggest tournament in the world for pickleball is the US Open, second biggest tournament in the world. Here at Carrara today, as I mentioned, 1,200 people. Oh, thank you, Squire.
Thank you.
All right, team. So I mentioned before that I got pantsed by Sarah Burr, who is the... Did two balls just collide mid-air just then? That is quite incredible. So I got pantsed before, but that'll be no excuse now to get beaten by a robot machine. Okay, that... Did we get that? I've been interrupted.
Yeah, that
Thank you,
counts.
Mitch.
That
All right,
counts.
Continue, team. Back to you in the studio. You can
And
commentate my
Brad Philly
abysmal
introduced
skills.
a new word, which is smothercate, and you've just gone even further, and you've gone smotherficationified. Is that the word you said there before?
Alex, I got smothercated by a plastic flap.
You know,
I'll leave you to it.
1 out of 50 shots, Dan, is all right.
Bit of
I
anger in
guess.
that shot there too. Good on you, Dan. There you go.
Hey, Dan, you've got the weather. Are you
Hey,
a
Dan.
Pigeon fan?
Fancier, I believe, team. a pigeon fancier, I believe. Is
There you go. That's
Okay, the
correct.
correct term.
Good on you, Dan. You know these things.
Yeah. And from one sport on the fringes to another, pickleball, I keep hearing it's the most fastest growing sport on earth, but I'm not seeing much evidence. Oh, there's one or two people. Say hello, guys. There they all are. 1,200 of them here today on the Gold Coast. The biggest tournament going on in the world outside of the US Open right here. Are we feeling good, team? We're energised. Unreal. We'll bring it home one more time. Right after we have a look at your weather around the nation. Good morning to you. Cairns, mostly sunny, top of 30. Townsville, mostly sunny in 29. Sunshine Coast, sunny in 28. Sunny in Brizzy, sunny here on the Gold Coast in 27. I feel like a conductor here. Everyone's just, how are we feeling, guys? There's a fence here to delineate between the people who can and can't play pickleball as well. I've been put in my place. If you want to come here to Carrara to check it out, you can get onto the courts and look at all the pickleball action in swing. And it's just $10 to get on the main court to watch the pros go at it. There's food and drink, I believe. Oh, the service around here is impeccable. Thanks, Daz. There you go. Brecky on the go as well. Thanks for having me, team. Free time now. Go and play as you were. Go pickleball, huh?
Well done.
See you tomorrow, legends.
Well done, Dan.
You know when you think
Fantastic.
like there might be some sport out there that I could excel at? I feel like maybe I need to try pickleball.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe that's the way I get to the Olympics.
Smaller court.
Yeah.
I like it.